Australia's overseas aid often gets a bad rap and it's often misrepresented. Especially when our own budget has been deep in deficit, taxpayers often resent the money we send overseas. And critics often deceive voters about how that money is allocated. Our total aid budget is about $4 billion a year. Sounds a lot, but frankly, some decent management could save that kind of money easily within some of the bigger bureaucracies such as health, social services or defence. And my view is that if it's well spent, this money can not only help the countries that get our aid, especially our neighbours in the South Pacific and Southeast Asia, but also help Australia by making us more secure, helping us bed down good relations and security arrangements, and naturally enough, reducing the need for more aid in the future. Australia does not hand cash to other countries. This is a crucial point that I want to make very, very clear today. Critics of our aid speak about it as if we're handing over money to other countries to spend willy-nilly. That is not how our aid program works. All of our aid is spent on projects. They are run by Australia. So Australia funds a health program or an education program or an anti-corruption program in a particular country. We then employ or contract it out. Locals will get jobs out of that money, but the projects and the outcomes are managed by Australia. This is absolutely crucial because it minimises the potential for corruption and for misuse of our money and the failure of these projects. It ensures that Australia can spend its money, our money, your money, as efficiently as possible. I mention this because with China starting to offer cash and loans to countries in our region, Papua New Guinea has just tried one on. PNG is the largest recipient of our aid. Our aid budget for our former colony totals $600 million a year, or about 15% of our total aid spend. And they've just asked us to hand over at least some of that money as direct budget support. In other words, just give them the cash. That would be a return to the bad old days. That would allow Papua New Guinean politicians to siphon off money and otherwise corrupt our aid program. Finance Minister Matthias Cormann and Foreign Minister Maurice Payne in PNG for meetings over the past couple of days said no. That's it. No, niet, nada, no way. We will not just hand over our aid in cash. One of the main reasons poor countries remain poor is bad governance. It's not the lack of resources or opportunity or the lack of aid. It's the corruption, the lack of accountability, the lack of law and order that prevents developing countries getting ahead, and it holds their people back. So Australia is doing the right thing by refusing to give in to this blackmail. We cannot undermine our own aid program, and China ought to back off when it comes to pushing countries like PNG down this path.